1 John 2:6. Whoever claims to live in him must live as Jesus did. When I first read this verse, I'll admit I found it discouraging. How in the world can I ever hope to live up to this expectation? I am a flawed, sinful human. Jesus is, well, God. He lived a perfect life. Nate Holdridge says, Jesus did miracles. Jesus extended himself without reservations to the needy, hurting, and outcast. He touched lepers and ate with social pariahs. He traveled great distances to reach one lost sheep. He spoke with clarity, conviction, and boldness. Truth dripped from his lips. He prayed with passion and certainty, and was sometimes transfigured in the process. He looked at the most intelligent and well-educated of his day in the eye and declared how wrong they were. He overturned tables. He washed the feet of his disciples. No one has been or will be like him. He was joy and love and truth incarnate. He walked on water. Why did Jesus do all these things? It's a simple answer. Jesus loves us and modeled for us how to love others. Jesus lived a life of love. When he was asked about the greatest commandment, he answered, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind." And the second greatest commandment is like it, love your neighbor as yourself. During the conversation, he was asked who the neighbor was. You can read the parable of the Great Samaritan in Luke 10, but it boils down to the fact that we should love all people equally. Jesus taught that we should love our enemies and pray for those that persecute us. He lived this and modeled this completely for us by being the ultimate sacrifice. He allowed himself, an innocent person, to be humiliated, punished, and killed in order that we may one day join him for eternity in heaven. 1 Corinthians 13 has been labeled the love chapter of the Bible. The very last verse of this chapter says, "These three remain, faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love." Nate Holdridge makes a great point when he says that at the very end of the world, faith and hope will cease to exist. We won't need them anymore. We will be with our Father in heaven. However, love will never fail, never fade, and will endure forever. 1 John 2:6. Whoever claims to live in him must live as Jesus did. How do we live like Jesus? We love like Jesus.